Here I'm going to give you a 3-part progression to mobilize the hip flexor group. I'm going to demonstrate from my left side. The first one is just a gentle mobilization. I'm going to assume this position. I'm going to put one knee on the floor, one foot out in front of me. Right now my left knee is directly beneath my left hip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my knee back 3 or 4 inches so as to put that hip into extension. I'm going to curl my toes of my back foot underneath, putting the toes in extension, as opposed to keeping the top of my foot flat on the floor. So curl the toes underneath, hip is in extension. I'm going to place my hands resting on my front knee, sit up tall, sway forward, and come back out of it. Stay tall, keep my midsection braced, go forward, and come back out. Gently go forward. This should not be strenuous. You should not be struggling through this exercise. More than anything else, what I'm trying to do is just increase the temperature and the viscosity of that fascia on the front side of my hip. Go forward and come back out. You can do that 10 to 12 times. The second part, I'm going to be in the exact same position. So again, let's just start from the setup. Right now my knee's directly beneath my hip. I'm going to slide my knee back 3 to 4 inches, put my left hip into extension. Right away I feel a nice pull, gentle stretch on this hip flexor group, the front side of my left hip. Toes of the rear foot are curled underneath, front knee and foot out in front of me. I'm going to raise the same side arm as my target side. I'm going to engage my glute on the same side of my target side. So I'm going to squeeze my left glute, have my left arm raised, and I'm going to go forward subtly, transfer my weight forward. I'm still squeezing my glute to a count of 5, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to come back out, let everything just relax. When I'm ready for my second repetition, again, I'm going to raise the arm, same side, squeeze that same side glute. When I squeeze the glute, this hip flexor group will relax, making it more open to any stretch or mobilization that I want to put upon it. So I'm squeezing my glute, subtle shift of my weight forward. I'm still vertical. I'm not hyperextending my back. 3, 4, 5 seconds. Come back out of it. Let the glute relax. I'll do one more repetition. Again, I'm going to raise the same side arm. I'm going to squeeze the same side glute. Hip flexor automatically gets put on stretch. Subtle shift of my body weight forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still squeezing my glute, and then I come out of it and let that glute relax. The third part, which is a little bit more advanced, requires a little bit more strength. And this is where those glute exercises can really come into play. I'm gonna stand with my feet shoulder width apart. Again, I'm gonna target that left side. I'm gonna step back into a reverse lunge, and simultaneously I'm gonna sweep my arms straight up vertical, where my elbows are right at my ears. And then when I come back to my upright standing position, my arms will come back down. So it'll look like this. Stand feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to step back, arm sweep, nice stretch of that front hip, and back up to a standing position. I can either do a couple repetitions focusing on one side, step back, arm sweep, feel the stretch, hard count of 1, and back up. Step back, exhale, arm sweep, back up. Or I can go back and forth, step back with the left, 1001, back up to vertical, step back with the right. Now I'm stretching my right hip flexor group, back up to vertical. You don't have to go for broke on the first rep. What you can do is go down just where you feel some tension. If that's as far as you can get, that's as far as you can get. You come back up, then if you wanted to switch sides and back, again with each subsequent repetition, you can fall a little bit deeper into the stretch mobilization. So down, do one more, step back with the left, arm sweep, step back with the right, stretching the right hip flexor group, and back up to vertical. 3 progressions to mobilize that hip flexor group, which is a great strategy to again deload that lumbar spine.